All right, so yeah, so we're back on YouTube now, but we were just talking about the creative liberty of the Doom movies. Like since the Doom 4 screenshot just surfaced on the internet, we were talking about that, like in how Bethesda, like
Might be creating the new Doom video game. And
yeah,
looking back at how back when they made Doom 3, you had the Doom movie
yeah,
that kind of made a lot of these changes for the movie that
yeah,
I don't think a lot of people were pleased about because it kind of alienated what made the Doom series, popular from the video game version all the way to the movie version where they kind of took away
oh.
some of the stuff that made it, not seem fun to watch.
And here's some sad news, like for people who probably live in the United Kingdom, like they, because the retailer um called a game will not be stocking Mass Effect 3 in the United Kingdom.
Have they mentioned why?
Um, let's see why. So yeah, the game, which is no wonder why I haven't heard of that, because it doesn't exist here in the United States. It's only a United Kingdom retailer, and
So,
we're gonna see on why they won't be stocking it. But if they explain why, but
oh,
troubled game will not be stocking Mass Effect 3. Like the company posted it on its website about on like the 29th on that they were not able to they were not in a position to supply their customers with Mass Effect 3,
man,
and because and they said they know that it's disappointing that, and they apologize for it, but apparently
it looks like that before they made the announcement, they had already made pre-orders for the game. So,
yeah,
it seems like a bad time to be breaking the news. You'd think that they were able to secure the game before they made the pre-orders, but since they haven't, it looks like it's going to be a pretty long time before. Well,
so I'm guessing it's probably the equivalent of Game Crazy here in the United States or something like that, because Game Crazy was in a similar position. I think that happened to them one time where they couldn't like sell a certain game, but
yeah, so it might be a pretty long time before people might go into go into that store before they confirm any before they make actual confirmations that hey, we're gonna actually have this game. Pretty bad time too, because I mean, judging from what Alicia and everyone else have been saying about Mass Effect 3, it's like, well, it's gonna be a pretty big game to get your hands on. Not to mention, it's gonna be a pretty big game for a lot of stores to be selling, because
yeah,
with the amount of demand for it, who knows how many will be sold. But unfortunately,
yeah. SimCity 5 also details are been leaked to the internet, like the city building simulation games. Like yeah,
they're gonna be making a new one
SimCity
for
5 apparently, yeah.
let's see.
Might be for consoles, or they haven't announced the exact consoles or what it's going to be released for, but they announced that it'll probably be released sometime in 2013.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem that it'll be released for PC because it's pretty much where it got started.
Yeah. So, Final Fantasy 13 2 DLC impresses, and Sasha goes all and loses. And so basically, release for some new Final Fantasy 13 2
Wait, so check out what's the deal? Okay, anyone hoping for?
contribution.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get what this is. So apparently the DLC is just going to be dealing with something else, nothing about the main game storyline, which is kind of
Yeah, like so basically a separate storyline or something, or
possibly.
yeah,
It's kind of it's almost on one hand kind of disappointing, but on the other hand, it's like, well, it's understandable because you want to be you want to be able to give like you don't want to have the downloadable content to almost take over. But judging from what I've heard about the storyline and how it ends, I can almost understand why people wanted something to be involved with that. But since I hear rumors of the Final Fantasy 13-3, well, it's hard to predict how that's gonna work out. But judging from the rumors, I guess that's why the second game will end the way it's gonna end. I'm not gonna give out any spoilers, but well, I think people might have a good idea anyways.
oh, also, they did I say they were releasing Luigi's Mansion 2 this year also, or
I don't think you have, but the interesting part about Luigi's Mansion 2 is that it's going to be for the 3DS.
Yeah. Ooh, HBO is also an app that's coming to Xbox Live, and
Oh, so you can finally watch some HBO stuff.
yep. And here's what you were talking about earlier, like the Gotham game by Gaslight Games
Yeah.
surfaces,
Yeah, Gotham by Gaslight, the undeveloped game.
the undeveloped Batman game that was in development at Gaslight Studios, and well, they never completed development on this game, so
From the looks of the game, it seems to be more like I can't exactly say it'll be like in third person mode. I think it is in third person mode, but it's not like almost on
it's
in
not.
this.
I don't think it was going to be like an Arkham City style, like
Yeah, it's like not like where it's on the yeah like third person where you have the character on the left side of the screen and then you have the action taking place.
yeah,
It's more like the characters in the middle, almost like kind of like in the same aspect of say Legend of Zelda.
yeah. So yeah, so this is I just want to see it. What this is probably some gameplay footage or something.
The graphics are kind of primitive since it's not. Oh, just an ad for Mass Effect
Sorry,
3.
Mass Effect 3 ad here, but
But yeah, it seems like the graphics are kind of primitive since it's been in its early stage. But it seems like it would have had like an interesting atmosphere for the game.
yeah. So yeah, it did look interesting actually.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah, after this ad here, they might show. I think this is like a little gameplay footage or something from this undeveloped game,
yeah.
so,
It,
which will. Oh, I guess.
guess the video's not working properly. But yeah, the funny part I found from it is how
Yeah.
Batman's able to. I haven't read the comic book on that storyline, Gotham by Gaslight, but apparently Batman's able to leap onto the buildings with a single jump.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, they also I guess had some. Well, before it was even released, they had some Arkham City inspiration in it as well. But even though it never got a chance to see the light of day.
yeah, it does show that, in my opinion, it kind of shows about the level of creativity they could have gone with, creating these type of games. It's like you could have
Yeah.
just gone with like an original game, or you could actually take advantage of some previously established game storyline, and then bring it back in. Hang on,
Also, people who are interested in The Last of Us, you should also go on GameInformer.com and just click on one of their articles.
go down, right there.
So, rumor about Kingdom Hearts 3D Drop Dream Distance European possibly release in July.
The 3DS title is gonna be coming pretty shortly, and I believe word has it that. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Delayed Vita Marvel vs. Capcom DLC explained and dated. So, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for Vita, it's supposed to have DLC available, but it wasn't there, and now they know why.
They didn't mention anything about it during its release.
Apparently not, but they just you probably would never know unless you like went on one of the websites like Game Informer or something like this.
It would have been nice to get a heads up on that because it kind of ruins the whole point of having like first day DLC when nothing gets
Yeah.
reported on it.
So it was supposed to be it's available, but it wasn't there, and the Jill and Shua characters and costume packs had technical problems, so they're working between the PlayStation and Vita, and they weren't sharing properly. So they apparently it was technical problems, and they're fixing it now, according to Capcom, and
Well, hopefully the solution to that problem will prevent any more issues like that.
so yeah, so we got about like 5 minutes left, so we're just gonna talk about basic basically I forgot there was a certain topic, but we'll have to do it again on the next show. But I also wanted to announce that they did announce another game, but it was earlier. Like I got the source from IGN somewhere. So European launch trailer for
The last story and behind the scenes of Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat the complete edition with all the DLC, like with all the costumes and characters that they added, and first Gotham City Imposters DLC is now available, and Hmm.
Resident Evil and SSX. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 episode no
Yeah,
well episode 2 for Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 released, and a Game of Thrones art book for the Game of Thrones RPG game apparently has been released, and the Amazing Spider-Man. We're just gonna tell you guys the news until time runs out. Is gonna be released in June. The movie tie-in game. But they might say have Stan Lee as like a downloadable character is my guess. I'm just guessing on that. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. But
Still hard to imagine Stan Lee being a playable character in a Spider-Man game.
yeah, and also I remember they got a new Medal of Honor game, Medal of Honor Warfighter, which is going to be it's been revealed and it's going to be apparently releasing in October, alongside the same month Bioshock Infinite is going to be coming out, which is well, for people who enjoyed the last Medal of Honor game, then yeah. Jet Grind Radio also headed to Xbox Live and PSN.
I think we already
And
mentioned that
yeah, so
before.
I know there are a lot of fans out there of those type of games like the Jet Grind Radio and Future and Gorilla Games, and so yeah, so just talking about some news. And also, if you're more interested in knowing about The Last of Us, they got an article here on IG on the Game Informer where they tell their entire story. And actually, they're gonna also be they also did that, I believe, in the latest issue. And so yeah, so I wanted to announce they do have a Boondock Saints video game that they announced that's in development based on the film apparently.
Never watched the film, so
Yeah, it's basically an old crime mafia type film, like and they got working on a game based on them. So it's actually gonna they announced it might be a co-op shooter. But yeah,
kind of like one of those.
so apparently it's gonna be released for like PC.
Almost
But
sounds. It almost sounds like one of those arcade type of shooters.
or actually my mistake, yeah. But they haven't announced if it's gonna be released for PC or any other consoles. But they just announced the game's gonna be in development, and there's no official release date or when it's going to be released. So it's just they just want to let people know that they're developing the game. Apparently, no one knows when it's coming out. So yeah, so with 2 minutes on the clock left, we're just gonna tell you more about this gamer creations unit. Like, and or if you're like interested, it they have this thing here on campus, and it's gonna be at 3 o'clock today for on Delta College campus. So yeah, so that's gonna do it for this week's show of the Gamer 7 show, and hopefully next week everyone will be back. Apparently, it will have Alicia, Brandon, and hopefully everyone else back for the next show, and we'll just talk more about topics then. So yeah, this is gonna be Ira Ford, and
This is gonna be DJ French, aka, and you know
yeah, AKA I don't really know your DJ name, but I'll
that,
just
that
call you DJ French.
that's
So
like I said, that's my DJ man.
yeah, so we'll see you next week on the Gamer 7 show.